Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Love Hits Cancer and Zenonco.io. I'm Justina from Zenonco.io. This is our Cancer Healing Journey talks, where we invite speakers who have gone through cancer, maybe as a patient, caregiver, or survivor. So these CHGs are very close to our heart because many patients tell us that when they listen others' journey, it really inspires them. It helps them to boost their confidence and gives them hope that if others can successfully beat this disease, then why can't we? So, thank you very much, ma'am, for joining today's CHS session. So, could you please introduce yourself and tell us how it all began?
Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. And first of all, I want to thank you for one more thing, which you just told me, that lots of people tell you that when they listen others' story, they get inspired and motivated, and they feel like if that person can, and they can also, right? So I always respect platforms like that, like your platform, which is completing that bridge between the fair and the cure. So congratulations for that. And yes, I'm Anchal Sharma, 37-year-old, and I am a third stage breast cancer survivor. And it's been 5 years since I was diagnosed with cancer, and I'm 100% cure after 1 year. So yes, here I am under your panel now. Now it's all about you.
So,
What do you want
ma'am,
to ask?
first of
Yeah.
all, I would like to say congratulations, ma'am. You successfully has defeated the disease, and also you are like beautifully shining and have such a beautiful, bright smile. And I just pray and hope that, in the future also this remains and sustains.
Yes, yes, it will.
So, ma'am, could you please tell that what were the symptoms, like the initial symptoms, and also like how did the cancer get diagnosed?
Okay, so in 2017, I noticed something in my breast in 2016 also, which is a size of peanut, right? And when I noticed, I didn't even relate to a cancer because my mother has pretty huge fibroid in her breast for good 20 years, and they dissolve. It, they were there for good 20 years and then they dissolve. So it's normal, first you relate everything with your genetics, with your parents, it's kind of normal because my parents have the same thing. So I relate with that, and I cannot think of that this size of peanut lump, it could be a cancer. So I start talking to lots of doctors, and Gangaram doctor, one of my friend contact, and they said no, it can't be possible for 32-year-old girl to have this size of peanut. So I started researching and I approached one of the homeopathy doctor, which is also suggested by someone. This guy also said the same thing. No, this is not a cancer, and you don't need to be scared. And we cure lots of people like you, and they all have similar problems. They show the symptoms also, which I am feeling during the time. So there are symptoms which is very weird. I start feeling pain in my armpit, my hair, on shoulder, on my lower back, and then I am too much into gymming at that time, and I am into a sports. Used to play a lawn tennis, so I have to give up on everything, like literally on everything, because my body stopped supporting me. I'm having some sort of pain on my arm, because when you play badminton, you need lots of force to hit the ball. So in that case, when I see a symptoms, these kind of a symptoms, so I'm little curious to know about why this is all happening. My breast sizes start changing after certain time. So my breast start shrinking towards inside the sensitive part. Then my motion turn completely jet black. So these are the symptoms, and you know that nowadays there are lots of information. It's wrong or right, I don't know, but there's an n number of information on Google and Facebook about cancer. So I was going through one of the survey and one of the awareness program, and each and every symptom which is written there, that is indicating and somehow relating to my symptom, which says if you have all that symptoms, it's 100% cancer. So this is how I, you can say that I being little alert, like it could be a cancer, and I'm forcing a doctor, that homeopathy doctor, are you sure we don't need to do any test before starting the treatment? It's like, no, we don't need any stress, any test to be done. I know that it's not a cancer. Every after 3 or 4 months, I'm keep asking this guy, and this guy is like, no, bacha, we, and symptoms are start increasing. They are not the symptoms which came all in one go, but it's like first my arm start hurting, then my back, then motion tone, then black, that breast start shrinking. Then after that, breast start swelling, lump reach to peanut size to this big, from my edge to the middle of my breast. So these are not one day symptoms, right? But this guy is overconfident, and after exact 1 year, when I go through that research and that survey and few more research I have done, I told that doctor, are you still confident that this is not a cancer? आपको लगता है कि मुझे टेस्ट नहीं कराने चाहिए? So this guy said कि नहीं अब आप करा लो बेटा, So now I think you should do the test. So what I'm trying to tell you, if he don't mislead me, right? If he let me go through my test or something, so I might continue my treatment from them only, but I might have a clear picture that that you have a cancer, because cancer is something which multiplies if over a night also. Matlab, it's not a thing that you wait for 10 days or a year, it will last the same stage. It's not possible. That increase like anything. So that was my mistake. And 2017, when finally I done my mammogram, because of one of my friend, I shared with him that I feel some lump is there, and it was small, now it's grown up pretty big. So he kind of forced me, like, are you out of your mind? And he booked my mammogram because he knows someone very good. So he take me to there also. He canceled his Germany trip and all that. That day I got to know, and that mammogram couple doctor, they shouted at me literally, how come you don't know that you have such a big lump in your body? And it's not a lump, it's 100% cancer, not an initial stage, it's a advanced stage. We don't know, we don't want to comment on this. It's better you start your treatment right now. So that was my first thing, which I got to know in January 2nd, no, January 15th of January 2017.
Ma'am, it's really good that you started doing your own research. And one thing is that it's very unfortunate to say that many specialized oncologists and medical experts also sometimes, they fail to diagnose it properly.
No,
Like
he was not
cancer.
an oncologist. He was a homeopathy doctor, because we so much misguided by the others, not the doctors, and we are so much of scared by others' stories that we somehow not in a sense to take a right decision. I think when I got to know this, I should approach an oncologist, not the homeopathy doctor. So that was, I believe, it's my mistake also.
Okay. But fortunately you overcome it and it didn't get worse. So
Yes.
yeah. So ma'am, did you have any family history, or are you the first one to get cancer?
See, I don't have in my knowledge before a few months back, I don't think that we have any history. But I got to know that my father's one of the aunt is going through a cancer. She died because of the cancer. So that means it is in the gene, right? Because otherwise my mother, my father, my forefathers, they're all perfectly fine. They never had a cancer in their life. My mother had lumps, but they are cured, so it's not hereditary. But other, again, doctor says if in your immediate cousins or immediate family also have the symptoms, that means it's a genetic, because someone, at least someone is there who have the symptoms and who have a history. So yeah, I can say yes also, and I can say no also. And nowadays I don't think there's a reason, or there's a it's anything related anything on genetic, because it's more of a lifestyle disease now.
Yeah. now, like more in US, the population was increasing. Now in India also, it's very kind of common,
Yeah.
and especially within the youth.
So youth, because we are living our life on so much of a stake, and we know everything what all are. See, if we are not only expert here who have been through, knows everything, you knows everything. Everybody knows 80% of things that this is harmful for our life or our body, but still we prefer to consume, and nothing is pure. We are playing with ourselves actually. So it's not the fault of. That's why I call that this is a lifestyle disease. After knowing everything, still we take that risk, and we thought, no, 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 it's a destiny. जिसको तब जाना है वो तभी जाएगा, kind of over confidence. So उससे पहले कुछ नहीं हो सकता type. So yeah, it's like, don't do that mistake.
I absolutely agree, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you said that it was very like kind of not genetic, but yeah, partially it is genetic. So, what was your first reaction when you got diagnosed properly by the oncologist, and also your parents and family members' reaction?
So, of course, I'm a normal human being like you. I'm not any superwoman. I always say in my talks, I also get scared in first place when I got to know about this. And I remember when my this mammogram doctor told me that this is definitely not a fibroid, it's a cancer. And I completely got numb. And after that, for few minutes, I'm completely numb, and I was like, I can't see anything around me. And then my doctor actually shook my shoulder. He was like, Anchal, are you listening? I was like, I'm full of in tears. And he was like, have you heard what I'm telling you? I was like, no, sir. Can you please repeat again? Because I couldn't hear anything after you mentioned this is cancer. So he told me one thing which is very beautiful. He said, Archer, there are lots of people who give up after knowing that they diagnosed with the cancer. But again, it's your choice that you want to be a victim or you want to be a winner. Maybe you lose this battle, maybe you lose this battle, but there is no harm to give a try. You never know. Maybe you come out of this as a winner. So those words actually stuck in my mind, and I was like, and this is not the only event actually I have been through in my life. This is one of the chapter of my book, you can say. There's a bigger event in my life which I have witnessed from my childhood to before cancer, like way more bigger events, which I don't want to mention here because this is a particular program for particular awareness. So yes, so this is one of the chapter, or somehow I was strong enough to deal with it, because those incidents are way more worse than the cancer, right? And of course, then I ask the question to God. Then I have a habit to talk to my own self. So I'm in a like heavy debate with my own self, like itna sab hone ke baad bhi, how can this happen to me? And then I thought, it's not only me, there are lots of people. Was my reaction. And I cry for good 24 hours, and after that, I don't even take this thing very seriously, because I accepted it. It's diagnosed now. I have to take a proper treatment. That was my acceptance, right? Then after that, for me, one phase was very difficult, where my brother is about to get married during the same days, and his marriage was fixed 22nd January, 21st or 22nd January. And I remember that I cannot share this cancer thing with my family. This is the biggest challenge and task in my life, that I have to hold such a big news within me. You know, going to a hospital, going for a checkups, going for a biopsy, PET scan, whatever is required at that time. And at the evening, I am participating in my brother's wedding's rituals, participating in mehendi, haldi, dancing, all that things are happening parallelly. So it is become so difficult for my family, because that whole event can convert into some news which can might affect my brother's wedding, might get some serious issues in the family. But after he got married, next day, very next day, I went to a hospital. I have to collect my reports and all. So I remember I was collecting my reports from different wings in Saket Max, because one PET scan report I have to collect from East Wing, another report from the West Wing, another report from the Smart City. So these kind of a thing I'm doing that day, and uh, वो सब collect करते करते somehow takes almost 5 to 6 hours to collect the reports and going here and there. And then finally I met my oncology medicine Dr. Nitesh Rothgi. So I asked him and my Dr. Harit Chaturvedi, like, what next? They said, now we will start your chemo. And I asked one thing, because I'm the only one who's doing well in my family, and who take cares of my family's all the, you can say I'm a bread and butter earner at that time. So for me, it's like I told them, do whatever, just make sure I don't want to sit at home. I can't afford that, because I have to afford my treatment also. I have to, if I want to survive, I have to earn the money to survive first. Then I have to take care of my family. So I cannot sit at home. So they told me that, okay, so we have two procedures. One, we give you chemo through cannula, what you call it, like that thing. And second, we can give you chemo through a chemo pod. Because of chemo pod, there is one advantage, that your body part don't get swell, because normally when they give chemo from your hand or from your any other body part through cannula, it actually swell the particular body part for good 10 days or 20 days, right? Next time when chemo happens, so it's quite difficult for people like me, like my nerves are any which ways difficult to find. So when there's a lots of swelling, they can't, I think they won't be able to find any nerve. So they will definitely going to puncture me from other side. They're going to give me maybe from my hand, from my leg. So I was like, I can't afford that. And then they said, when you have a chemo port, there is no swelling at all. You can do your work. There are symptoms, but whatever symptoms happen after chemo, after 24 hours, you feel nausea, you have a fever, you might have ulcer, you might have also lots of other symptoms. I was like, that I can bear. I just want to be on my feet. That's all. So after that, I asked him like how long it will take and what all protocol is there for the surgery to install that chemo pod. They said you have to be in fasting for 6 hours. I was like, great. I am here since morning and it's more than 6 hours. Can you perform post surgery now? And they were like, now? I'm like, yes, now. So that day I had my first surgery. They install a chemo pod over here under this cut here. And there's a pipe from somewhere from here to till here. And after surgery, it was a surgery for, I guess, 1 or 2 hours. Maximum it is stretch around 2 hours. Then they keep me for under observation for 3 hours. And after that, with dressing and all that, I went back to my home. I drove back to home. That was a day when I told my family that I'm diagnosed with the cancer. Next day of his marriage. So that time also that happiness converted into full, emotional event. And my mother is crying, my brother is crying, and they were like, no, you are lying, and all that shit has start happening. I was like, no, if I'm lying, then I don't have this stressing and all that. So I had my first surgery. Now day after, I have to start my chemos. So that wedding and whatever family is not over with the celebrations of wedding, you can say, it's just the next day. And then they get to know about this. So it was quite a sad part for them also. And I guess they also take almost 10-20 days to come out of it, because it's not easy, when somebody get to know that someone in the family diagnosed with a cancer. Because first thing came in my friend, I think my family's mind also, they start crying that I'm going to die. That was the first thought. So I told my family, देखो, मेरी मम्मा को मैंने यही बोला था, देखो, maybe you believe that I'm going to die, but it's not true, because I have a full faith on God that I'm not going to die. this is another challenge in my life. Maybe God give me another task to complete. But if you people react or act like this, then I might die. So it's better support me, or either I leave this house, I stay somewhere else, right? So my family, it's but natural. They take 15-20 days to understand, but after that they are so supportive. I always go alone for my treatment. I go for my exercises. I was not allowed to do upper body exercises, so I was doing lower body walk and whatever I can do in the gym, and meeting my friends. And because hospital is just 5 minutes away, so after having my full session with my friends and in the gym, then I go to my chemos. And then after chemos, I again drove back to home. So I have done all my treatment alone, and my family is being full supported. After that, they never interfere in my decision. They never say like, why you are going alone and all. I was like, I want to go alone, that's all. So that was a reaction of family.
Ma'am, I have to give you that you literally like handled everything all alone in the initial days of your brother's marriage, because it's very, very hard to take, I would say, because you kind of didn't expect to be get diagnosed with cancer. So
Yeah.
take everything together, and you were very young also. So, yeah, I have to give you that you were very mentally strong and you had faith in yourself that you will overcome. Because many people, they just give up, and, they just think that, okay, I'm going to die. So, like that. Because the treatment itself is very painful, and, it
Yeah.
gives you other side effects also. And yeah, as you said, parents, they do take it very, in a different direction because lack of knowledge. When you hear the term cancer itself, it's like, oh, she or he is going to die.
No, in my
We
case,
have
it
that
was not a
stigma.
lack of knowledge. In my family, my mother already lose my sister in 2006. She was murdered, right? So after that, a second child also diagnosed with the cancer. Then it's become more difficult.
Yeah.
So my family is also super strong because they have witnessed lots of things. My sister is also died. That is not one of the event. That is like, that is not again the whole part of the story. That is also another chapter. So we have seen enough. And that is stigma, like you were saying, that is stigma. People, I'm sorry to cut you here, because people are what we give them that privilege to feed us with that stigma and that fear. So I know someone who came to me, and that I'm sharing a real incident here. Someone who's because I used to go to gym, so people thought that, oh, she's trying to be super women. They're not appreciating that I'm not becoming a victim of something, but they have other opinion in that case, that, oh, she's trying to be a super woman and she's trying to be gain a sympathy and all that. But at that, I never give them that power to govern my mind and make me victim of my whatever disease I was going through. One person is sitting next to me. He's asking me, how are you, Anchal? How are you doing nowadays? How are you coping up with your chemo? I was like, I'm good. Nothing changed except the nausea, that symptoms happen after immediate chemo. So this guy is not appreciating that. That guy is giving a story of someone else. No, no, everything is okay. But you know what? Recently, someone died because of the same thing. And yeah, I understand. But you know what? She died recently in my family, in my relative. I was like, boss, stop. I'm not saying that I'm concerned and I'm my condolence to her, but she have her own journey. I have my own journey. People die sometime without any reason. They don't even have cancer. They don't even diabetic, but they still die. So every individual have their journey, and I don't let people affect my brain that badly that my treatment start giving me less results. Because when you are too much into different thoughts and you don't accept positive thoughts in your life, or you lose your that positive aspects from your life, so medicine also stop working. The medicine slow down the effects because you already start believing in others thought. So that's the stigma. We give that privilege to others to feed us with negative thoughts.
I completely agree, ma'am, because
Yeah.
mental health also is very important during this treatment, because the proportion of mental health is more when you take than the treatment. If you have the faith in yourself, then only the treatment, which if
Your
even if
program justify that. Your program justify that. Love heals cancer. That's true.
yes, ma'am. Even if the treatment is, if you are getting the best treatment also, but you have given up mentally, it won't work. So,
Yeah, it won't work.
so yeah. So, ma'am, could you please specify what all treatment did you undergo during the cancer?
Okay. So I have taken 6 rounds of chemos. I have taken 32 rounds of radiation. I had 2 surgeries. And yeah, that's all.
Okay, so did you had any like other plans like alternative treatment?
No, honestly, I don't believe in other treatments after having a bad alternative treatments after having a bad experience with the homeopathy guy. So I'm very much and very strongly, I have a faith in my doctors and my doctors team, because we are lack of the faith. You don't trust someone who can give you or treat you immediately, but you are. I'll give you real examples here. I'm not saying anything is bad or anything is good. It's again everyone's individual call. But I have seen real patients who come to meet me for a counseling and all that, and in out of 100 of them, there are 1 or 2 cases they go for alternative treatment. They waste their 1 year to look for alternative treatments. And they are not able to convince with even one. So they are meeting after 10 days someone else, then traveling to going somewhere else, then traveling to going. They are not even starting a treatment. At least start one to stop your disease and go via you complete that treatment, then go for alternative treatments. So this person from Jaipur, that person came to me, and this guy is like, nahi, nahi, I don't want to go through chemo. Chemo spoils everything. Radiation spoils everything. This might spoil my other organs and all that thing. And my concern is that at that time is this, that, you know, when you survive, then only you can think of your other organs. If you are not starting your treatment, you are any which way is going to die, boss. You are killing your own self not by not starting the treatment. So first you start your treatment and then think for an alternative way. So this guy took almost 8 to 9 months, and after that, when he reached back to the doctor, his case is way more worst. His situation became way more worse because 9 months increase is cancer from here to here. you know that's the mistake people do. So my only advice, to not do that mistake. And I don't believe in any alternative therapies. Reason being, I'm like super believer in my own body. I have faith on my own body, and I strongly believe everyone's body have that power to heal anything and everything within the body.
Yes, ma'am, I completely agree with you. Like the consistency of the treatment is very important.
Very important.
You cannot just leave and expect a quick response from
Exactly.
the
People are
medication.
there who saying that someone is giving some tea and your cancer is cured. How come is this possible? Like, are you, and I'm not talking about the rural area people. I'm not talking about underprivileged. I'm talking about even people who are very well educated. They are doing the same mistakes.
Yeah, ma'am. Lack of psychoeducation, I would say.
Exactly.
So, ma'am, so as you said that all like the initial stage of your cancer journey when you got diagnosed, that you handled all alone, and then the response from your family was also they were very emotional. So during all
Yes.
this time, and the cancer treatment itself is very painful and stressful. You try to be positive, but at times you feel very low. So during those times, how did you manage your emotional and mental well-being?
So for me, something very beautiful happened, and God gave me a purpose to live for my rest of the life, and which is Meals of Happiness. So Meals of Happiness is an NGO which run by me only. And after seventh day, there is some incident happened where kids came to me. I don't want to give them money, and they were starving. So I take them to one of the fast food stall, and they were meanwhile, very very demanding. Lal chutney chahiye, hari chutney chahiye, mera bhai, meri behan. So we're supposed to pack one chowming pack, but we end up packing the 5 packets. So during that moment, it was like 20-25 minutes it takes. During that moment, you won't believe, I was just laughing. I completely forget that I was diagnosed with cancer. That was the magic of that moment. So and then we have seen similar days in my childhood when there are few days we hardly have anything to eat, and we used to have just a chapati with a spread of water and chili powder on top of it, so that because we cannot afford the vegetables, so we have to have that with the water and sleep at night, right? So immediately I relate to that incident, and I thought, I don't know how much time is left. And as I say, I never overconfidence, but I never uh, want to give up on this thing. So I was like, I don't know how much time I have, let me start this, and this give me a lots of happiness. And actually this particular cause have a power to make me forget my cancer. So from there, Meals of Happiness begin, and I started spending more time in slum, more time in at old age home, and there I learned one thing. The more I'm getting into this thing, I start learning one thing. My pain is nothing in front of you outsiders. They are in old age home. They are having worms in their legs. किसी का कुछ हो रखा है. So I think when you help others while you are going through even in your pain, trust me, that give you a kind of a power to heal you, and that satisfaction of helping someone else, that become my medicine. So that strength come from there. I don't even know that I can handle all this, because I was a girl who literally saw an injection and fainted out. So I twisted many times doctor's hand when something happened and I have to take injections. So I was that kind of a person. And then all of the sudden, as you mentioned, cancer treatment is also a very painful treatment, but I have done everything alone. I don't know from where that power comes. Maybe again, I believe in myself that as a human, we are always scared of something which is unknown to us. So I might be scared of something till the time it's not known to me. When it become little familiar with me, then that fear goes away, like far away from me. So my strength comes from a Meals of Happiness. That giving nature actually give me lots of happiness. My doctors start coming with their families, with their kids, to learn what I'm doing, because I remember I had a radiation and my half of the body was burned. And as you know, we are not allowed to have sweat, or we are not allowed to wear something which rub our skin, so that it won't break down and we don't get any infection. But I was standing on the top of one truck, because after 6 days of my surgery, I packed 600 meals and distribute outside AIMS, and I have drains here. And my brother is like, Kya kar rahi hai? I was like, bhai, please let me do this. And then when my doctors came during the radiation, I was telling you, so I was standing on the top, and my doctors are like, kuch nahi ho sakta beta, you keep doing, because this is your medicine. When this cause started, my mind never Googled anything. My mind never accept others' opinions. That completely changed for me. It kind of vanished. And I start enjoying and living that cause. And then later on, I realized thousands of people praying for me without any reason. So those, I deep down my head, me and my family have a very strong belief. Their prayer saved me, actually.
Definitely, ma'am, even I want to say that. And also, I want to take a moment to appreciate you for contributing for such a beautiful cause. Because, yeah, when you are, that's that shows how much pure hearted you are, because you are already going through so much and still you are seeing someone else going through a different struggle, but lending a hand while you are going through a struggle, it takes a lot of humanity and also a very beautiful heart. So yeah, ma'am, I just really want to personally appreciate, and yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I'm very sure that you will be this cause is going to flourish and bloom a more, like in
Thank you.
future. So ma'am, could you please tell that what were your three top learnings during this journey?
Don't first thing, don't be scared of any one's opinion. So when someone diagnosed, take that as a blessing, because when you diagnose, at least you get to know that you have this particular disease, you can start your treatment. Think about people who get to know at the last stage or advanced stage, like I was get to know about that it is a cancer at the very advanced stage, but my belief didn't let me die, you can say that. So if they have any first thing is this, that never scared of others opinions. Second thing is, if you have any symptoms, nowadays we take things very lightly, if they have, somebody have anything which is suspicious in their body, and still after knowing, they're ignoring us, like no, it could be a fibroid, it could be anything else, it could be back pain, normal back pain only. There are symptoms like back pain, if you someone having very frequently, and if they don't have this thing before, then they definitely go to their doctor. If they found anything which is suspicious in their life or their body, sorry, not their life, their body, anything which is suspicious, they should definitely go to a doctor. Don't take advice of others, or don't just become your own doctor, which is not a good thing. And third thing, cancer is not a deadly sentence, it's a disease. People die from other disease also, people die from no disease also. So this is a disease, and you have to believe that this is a curable disease, right? So it's a matter of time, it's a matter of maybe 1 year, maybe 2 year, maybe in some cases 3 year. But if you have a strong willpower and you avoid people and Google, you will survive definitely. Trust me. I don't know why people give an example of bad stories, why people only give example of sad events, why they don't give example of someone who survived from it, like you are doing. You're doing this wonderful cause. You are bringing out those stories who survive from the same event, because I understand this thing. When doctor is giving you that kind of a story, the person thought that they're selling their business. When family members try to show their concern, they always have this thought in their mind: how you know my problem, how you know my pain, you are just talking, you don't know anything. But when the person like me and other cancer survivors come forward, they listen, they believe that, because they don't have a question to raise. I do counseling for lots of people. Are you talking about chemo? Talk to me. Are you talking about radiation? Talk to me. So don't become a victim of your this thing that chemo ka pain kya hota hai, radiation ka pain kya hota hai. So this is a very beautiful platform to complete that bridge between the patients and the survivor. So I congratulate you honestly to taking such an initiative to complete that bridge.
Thank you, ma'am. I really agree with your points. First is that, when your body is giving you, trying to communicate with you, listen to that. That's
Exactly.
the main thing. Even if it's a small pain, also, it can be a cause of a big, upcoming disease or anything. So I totally agree with you, ma'am. And also the myths that people have regarding cancer, it really, like, as you said, it's a 22nd, like the new generation. It's what we call it as Z-gen. So yeah, so in this generation also we should literally eradicate the myths that we have for a particular disease, and it's really important mental health also support.
For mental health, I want to add one more thing which I forget, because you asked me a three advice only, but I'll love to give the fourth one also. Please involve
Sure.
yourself into a physical events, like do exercise, eat clean. This is the key of healthy lifestyle. We are not doing anything, we are not using our bodies. So पहले क्या होता था कि हमारे जो forefathers होते थे, they are too much into physical activities in their work and everything, so they hardly get ill or sick. So that's the theory which we also have to follow. Don't become so dependent on modernized things and advanced gadgets that you stop using your own bodies. So one has to be a physical active and eat clean to be live a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, ma'am. That's a valid and very important point, actually.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, what is one message you want to convey to the cancer patients and caregivers who will be listening to you?
Okay, so one message for the cancer patients, that it is, again, I will say, repeat my same words. Cancer is not a deadly sentence. It's a painful disease. I agree with that. So again, like I said before also, you have all the power to cure within you. You have to believe in yourself and free your body to accept that treatment and give you more effect. Once you doubt something, no, this medicine is not treating me well, because of chemo I'm losing my weight, because of chemo my other organ might get affected, or because of radiation my other organ get affected. Please don't listen to all these things. Believe in yourself and tell yourself that you can win this battle. And if you are going through a cancer, trust me, there is no other person is stronger than you, because you are fighting with that battle, not the other person. So you are not weak. You are super strong personality for me. So just believe in yourself. And second message for the caregivers, they are the beautiful angels actually on this planet who come forward, because still I believe there are lots of lack of sharing a real opinions, genuine there is lots of lack of not having enough knowledge actually about the disease, right? And because of that, somehow that person get mentally affected, because we are here to give free advice and all that. So when these cancer survivors, I think majorly caregivers are cancer survivors, right? If I'm not wrong. So they are also doing the same thing that I'm trying to tell you. So when they share their journey with them, because that also need lots of guts. In India, I know people don't want to be vocal about sharing their journey, because somehow we have that belief is still in our head that if you keep helping a cancer patient and keep talking and sharing about cancer, you are manifesting cancer again. Don't do that. Don't tell anyone that you have been through a cancer. Don't tell anyone that you ever had a cancer. So these are the myths we need to throw out from our life, because your being you vocal can help someone to take out that darkness, that person to believe in himself. Because everyone, as you said, everyone is not that strong to take the disease so positively. No matter how many people are telling him that you are okay, it's okay to be having such a disease, you will cure, sometimes that person is not in a mindset to accept that. But when survivor come forward and that person vocal about that, what he have or she have faced in his or her life, that can be a bridge and a strength of that other person. So I'm very, very thankful to all the caregivers. And the one advice which you asked, advice is this: be more vocal, come more forward to help people, because you are the angel of this community.
I completely agree, ma'am, because you also have this cancer journey for the cancer journey session for the caregivers also. So we have speakers as caregivers also, and we hear their story as well. So that's the thing, mental health for the patient and caregivers is very important. And as you said, the point which you said that, lack of knowledge, that is the main problem, I would say, because the caregivers are also not given proper psychoeducation, and due to which when the patient is going through a very painful or a stressful situation, the caregiver, they don't know how to respond, how to help. And
Exactly.
this, the empathy that they want to show, it kind of, conveys as sympathy, which the patient doesn't want, and they can, take it in a very bad manner.
Wrong way,
They,
yeah.
yeah, so that also make them feel bad. Why I'm not responding positively? I don't want to fail the
No, it's
expectation.
not that. I believe you're talking about the patients or the caregivers.
Ma'am, the patient also, because they don't want their loved ones to, worry about them. So they'll be like very, because I've observed so many patients. They say that they don't want sympathy, they want empathy. So when
Sorry.
the caregivers tell them to, it's okay, you'll overcome, give positive vibes, at times they just break down.
Uh, no, no. Again, here I disappoint with those opinions because why you are hiding yourself? It's not a curse. It's not a disease which cannot cure, right? And we say no, हमारे relatives को नहीं पता चलना चाहिए, and they should don't know. Maybe our kids don't get to know about. My kid cannot see me without hair or without eyebrows, without lashes, and this is again directly or indirectly they are victimizing from the disease, right? That's what my point is here to make exactly. Please, there is no harm to know anyone else that you are going through a cancer. We should do more education and more counseling for the family and for the kids, for the relatives, to understand how to act when the person get to know about someone in their family and friend circle having a cancer. Conduct more and more educated sessions for them. But I don't think so anyone else feel like कि नहीं, it's not we don't need a sympathy. No one is giving a sympathy. If you feel like that person is giving you sympathy, you should be strong enough to tell that, boss, you're done here, I know how to deal with it, you know. That's what I'm saying. In out of India, people are very open about and very vocal, and they don't sit at home like us. They take their treatment, they go to their offices, and they're doing everything normal, and at the same time they're taking a treatment. This culture is in India only. In India, we thought that again, like you said, that they want empathy, not the sympathy. So why don't you convert that sympathy into empathy? Be the person to convert that sympathy into empathy, right? So
I
there's a,
agree.
I think we can talk. I can talk on that topic on throughout the day, because I believe there is no one is responsible than the cancer patient, because that cancer patient have all the power. Trust me, many people came to me, Rekhi kara lo aap, go for this alternative, go for this, you should do that. I never disappoint them, but I have that power to tell them, boss, I know what I have to do with myself. I know what is good for me, what is bad for me. So you can't make happy everyone, and you shouldn't be make happy everyone, because life is such. So that's why I say, don't become a victim of your own thoughts, what other people think. Don't wear anything to please others. When my hair was removed, I was the first person who went to a shaver. I was like, please, may I want to remove my hair, and I make a video, and I was laughing there. And he was saying, you're the first cancer patient who are laughing, because I told him, मेरी मम्मा ने मुंडन नहीं कराया था मेरा बचपन में, so God give me a chance to do my own मुंडन. So is everything is with you. Convert that sympathy into empathy. You have that power to do that.
I agree, ma'am. I think we need more people like you just to motivate. And I'm very sure that the people who will be listening to you will be motivated, and they'll be get the positive vibe and the strong, that they are also strong. They can also do, uh,
Exactly.
overcome everything. They don't, everyone needs everyone, but still they should have a faith in themselves. That's the first
Love
key.
heals everyone.
Exactly.
I love this program name so much. So much I cannot tell you, because my so I have been through a broken marriage also, and but it was not last for 1 month, because some domestic violence happened. But God gave me a right partner during the cancer. When I don't have hair, I don't have surety about my life, that how long I'm going to survive. Someone came into my life and he was after me to propose to me, and he was like, I want to be with you because maybe you know the date of dying, you know the time of dying, and I don't know that date. Let's walk together. So that has happened because I embrace my pain. I embrace everything God gave me, right? Because people never seen me without smile. That energy is radiating everywhere. And this guy is like, I saw you in first time I fell in love with you. So you know why I'm sharing this here? Because at that moment when I was looking the most, I guess, the worst of my life, and someone get impressed with that look also, because there is so much of positivity, there is so much of happiness around me. So that's what empathy, when you convert sympathy into empathy, and when you embrace your own pain, you don't give that privilege to someone else to make you your own victim of your own thoughts. Things happen, trust me, things happen which you cannot imagine. They become so beautiful, because post cancer, one person who have lived whatever life before, post cancer your life become more meaningful. You want to live every moment. You feel that this is a life now. That's the magic of post cancer life.
Yeah, that's beautiful, ma'am, that you found a person. And yeah, as you said, what we reflect is what we get back. So it's true. And also our motive, our Xenoncos and also Love Heals Cancer's main motive is that the quality matters than the quantity. Even if the person has 10 days, also the moment the person goes through, that matters than the anyone can live for 90 years, but the purpose, if the person has a like a complete satisfaction within, that matters.
That
So
matters a
ma'am,
lot.
I agree. So ma'am, as you as you had so many as you said, chapters, so this journey was one of the chapter of your life. So one like if you want to sum up this one chapter in a line or in a sentence, what it would be?
Life is a beautiful. Live the fullest. Trust me, life is a beautiful thing. Lots of people don't have. So live this life fullest.
Beautiful, ma'am. So, ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. It was really inspiring listening to you, and thank you for sharing your experiences. And we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Take care.
Thank you so much, and God bless you, and keep smiling. I must compliment you. Your smile is a very beautiful smile.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Yours also very beautiful.
Thank you. God bless you, dear. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
You too.